Hello, everyone. This is Control here with Bang It Inc. And thank you so much for taking the time out to kind of look at this real short video when we run into making sure our backups are running correctly. Many times, often, especially if you are a Sage administrator or even if you're an everyday user, when you don't have your backup schedule set correctly, you will get a message when you first log in into Sage saying, hey, backups have not ran. It's critical. And you click it, it'll take you out to a help screen talking about the value of having backups. So if we're having problems or we're struggling with why our backups are not running, we want to make sure that we verify, especially when you have a Microsoft update that's came through, or you have your system set up like on a server or on the network, or if you have a client machine that requires that the users change the password every 90 days, that will mess up our backup schedule. So in this case, how can I find out if my backups are not running? In this case, I didn't get a message that popped up. The first thing I want to do is go out and find exactly where my Sage 100 con folder is for SQL. So best way to go is to type in, go to File Explorer, in this case, a little Manila folder. I'm gonna go down to this PC. My Sage 100 happens to be on my D drive. So my Sage 100 con folder, drill down and I go into backups. And I got nightly and I got on demand. So I got a nightly backup and I have no folders in here. If I look at the log, it says unknown error occurred running the nightly backups for Bangor Construction exempt. So it doesn't even tell me. So a lot of times what I do is I know that there's something broken between Microsoft, especially with if somebody's changed the password or we've never set it up in the first place. Guys, having backups, please, 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 if you do not have backups, you've got to get backups. You don't know what you need until you don't have it anymore. We've ran in many, 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 many business cases where we thought we had a backup, we didn't have a backup. One that comes to mind just most recently, client thought they had a backup. They kept seeing the message pop up on the screen saying, hey, backups are not ran. It turns out that there was something broken in the SQL instance. So they just kind of brushed it off. Well, when we got to year end, trying to do, archive the data, do the backups, install the year end update, it could not do it because the SQL instance was broken. So they lost, January, they lost all the data all the way to the last valuable backup because we could not restore the data. We could not do the year-end update. So not only did they lose, half the year in 2017, but they also lost the first 3 months of 2018. Guys, I cannot stress how important it is to verify that your backups are running. So in this case, I know that backups are going to be ran. They work with Microsoft. So I'm gonna go into Task Scheduler and I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna go down here to my schedule library and I'm gonna look at Sage 100. So when I open up my Sage 100, I see that I have some backups. Notice that I have the author is color, but it says the system is running the actual backup. System is not a technical user. So I need to make sure that my backups are going to be installed and ran by the same individual that actually did the install on the database administration and that they have administrative rights. And what do you mean by that? So if I open up database administration, go yes. Notice here, this is the user that installed the actual product, the SQL version. So I need to make sure that when running the task of the actual backup, it needs to be done by the same user. And a lot of times, like I said, you got ITs, and sometimes we have to change passwords. If we change it, we just come and make sure we update it in the task scheduler. So I'm not going to connect. In this case, I'm going to go here. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to properties and notice that I need to change the user group. When running the task, use the following user account. Well, I installed SQL under color. So I'm having some conflicts here. I need to make sure I update the security options to be color. So I'm gonna go ahead and change group and I'm gonna go color. And now I can run whether the user's logged in or not. I don't necessarily do not store password if I don't care. I can say okay. And then it's gonna make me put in my password for color. 6 U L T. Okay, so now my task is set to run on color. And also, guys, make sure verify what product, what what company database, because I have two of them here. So this one, I want to make sure backup for Bangert, and then I have another one called Bangert Construction. So I want to make sure if I have multiple companies, especially those archives, notice here, it still says system. This one right here says color. So I'm going to go up here and do the same thing here. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to properties, and then I'm going to go over here and change group, and I'm going to call this color. Perfect. Say okay. Put in my password. Say okay. Perfect. Now, guys, I don't have to jump out of here. I want to do my testing while I'm here. I don't want to wait till the night. Well, we got the password and everything looks great. And then all of a sudden we try to think backups are there. Nope, not wrong. So what I want to do is make sure that I can run these tasks to make sure and verify that they're running correctly. So in this case, I just come over and go run. So now I can look at my status. It says it's running, and then I want to run this one as well. Give it a few minutes. And if you want to kind of get like, oh, I'm kind of bored and I don't know what's going on, depending on how large your data structure is, we might want to do this later on in the evening because we don't want nobody to be in Sage while we're running backups, especially if somebody's 10 key and doing data entry. That's why we run our backups at night. So if this is, a problem where we've got in the afternoon, kind of around 3 or 4 o'clock, it's kind of slow, we can say, hey, everybody get out of Sage 100. We're going to make sure that our backups are running correctly. So like I said, if you get a little bored, you want to see what it does on the back end side, you can go to your data drive, go to Sage 100 Contractor, go to my backups. Now you see my nightly backup says 1050 on 8/19. And now you can see here, I got 2 backups. And now if I go over here and refresh, they're ready. It says this operation was completed successfully. And now I've got my backups on task and on schedule. Hey, guys, if you have any questions, please check us out over at bangertinc.com. Or you can follow us on LinkedIn, or you can just reach out to us. We'd love to help you if you're struggling with trying to figure out your backup system or any other questions. And we look forward to seeing you on another video. And thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this. Take care.